Hello, my name is Jessica, and I would like to welcome all attendees to our web seminar today. In a few minutes, I will be able to extend my colleague Edgar Krasel a warm welcome. He has prepared the topic, Improved Collaboration in Times of Digital Transformation for you today. A little more information for you before we start. You are muted during the web seminar, but are welcome to ask questions about your GoToWebinar in the questions box at any time. After the lecture, we will take the time and answer them. You don't have to take any notes on the web seminar. We will send you the presentation slides in PDF format by email shortly afterwards. You can look forward to an interesting presentation. Welcome, Edgar. Now I will hand over the microphone.
Thank you, and welcome from Austria. Today I'm talking about improved collaboration in times of digital transformation. So, digital transformation is the transforming process from manual to digital. When we look back, let's say 20 years ago, then working was much more different than today. There were no emails, or emails were in the beginning in the companies, but most of the time we worked with papers, and we had a lot of meetings and so on. Today it's a little bit different. We send a lot of emails, we have less paper in our office, and meetings are held through Microsoft Teams or Zoom or something. Because the digital transformation, or the benefits of the digital transformations are, for example, we can work with our smartphones or mobile devices. We can work from wherever we are. We can work from home office. We can work on the beach if we want to, or we can work in the office as well. So it doesn't matter where we sit. Collaboration is much more easier. We have digital workflows where tasks are done by themselves, maybe, and we have, for example, as I said, emails where we can send some messages around the world in just a few seconds. So those are the benefits of the digital transformation. And when we work in the office, then everybody knows what the other one does. Everybody has the same state of information, and everybody knows what to do, where to find things, and so on. And the right knows what the guy on the left does, even if they sit in different locations, or even if one of them sits in the home office, or everybody sits in the home office. We know what the others do. We have the same state of information. We can store our information to a central repository, and, well, we can work together. So McKinsey said that, or made a survey, and they said that 80% of businesses use collaboration tools for enhancing their business processes. The same survey said that the employees are much more happy to work there when they have some tools which can make the daily work easier, when they have automated processes and so on. So digital transformation has many benefits when we work in the same company, or when we work in the same company. But what if we don't work in the same company? So let's say the three guys on the right don't work in the same company like the four guys on the left. So they are not able to collaborate this in the same way they can do in the company. They have to find other ways to collaborate with each other. Maybe they send many things through emails, or they share some files via Dropbox, Google Drive, or OneDrive, or other things. So I give you an example. We have a company. the Contillo Corporation. And in the Contillo Corporation, there is sitting Fritz Keil as a marketing manager and Verona Funk as a project manager. And they want to make an image video from their company. So they create some sort of project structure in the ILU ECM suite where they can store their documents. So when Fritz Keil makes a document, he can store it to the ILU ECM suite. And when Verona Funk makes some checklists or something, then she can store it there as well. And everybody knows what the other one does. So they can work together, they can collaborate with each other, they can communicate with each other, even if the one is sitting on a complete different place, but in the same company. And for the image clip for the Contillo Corporation, they have to hire an external partner, which is David Lee. David Lee is the video producer. He works in his own company, the Acme Video Production Company, and he has to make the image video for the Contillo Corporation. And he has not the possibility to collaborate with Verona Funk and Fritz Keil the same way they can collaborate with each other. So when he creates a document, then he has to send it via email to Verona Funk, and she has to take the document and store it in the ILU ECM suite. But there are some things that they have to consider when they work this way. They have to ask the question, where are the documents? Is the document in my inbox? Did I store it to my ILO, or is it in Dropbox, or is it anywhere else? So she has to manage where are the documents, and they can be on different places. The next thing, when she finds the document, then she has to ask herself the question, do I have the right version of the document? And which is the right version anyway? So she finds one version in her ILO, and she finds one version in her inbox, for example. Which one is the right one? Which one is the latest version of my document? This leads us to, has everybody the same information, or are there members which don't? Because when David Lee sends a document through email to Verona Funk, and she doesn't store it in the ILU ECM suite, then Fritz Keil will never know that this document exists. Well, she forgets it, and nobody has the same information when they want to work together in this project. And the last question is, why don't they collaborate? Why isn't it working that we can collaborate with an external partner? We can collaborate in our company, but when there's a third partner, then we can't collaborate with them. So what could they possibly do? They can use our new ILU Team Room, because with ILU Team Room, it is possible for David Lee, the video producer, which doesn't work in the same company as those two, that he can collaborate with Verona Funk and Fritz Keil. Because when he creates a document, he can store it in the ILU Team Room, and instantly the two in the Contillo Corporation have access to this document. So they know where the documents are. They are in the project room in the ILU ECM suite, and they don't have to search the right version, because this is the right version. And everybody has the same state of information, and everybody can collaborate like they can collaborate in their company. And this I'll show you how it works. So we have our three, project members. The one is Fritz Keil, which works for Contigo Corporation, and he uses the ILO-Rich client to access the repository. And for the project for the image video, they have created a project structure in the ILO repository. It's here. This is the project structure for the Contigo Corporation image video. And in this structure, they can create it just by clicking one knob. Oh, it's here. And so with this one, they can create a new project structure. And this they have done earlier on. And well, in this structure, they can work together. They can, they have some folders where they can store some things like the documentation, or when they want to store some graphics, they can store it in here. Here's the music, there's the license for the music. And they even have a checklist for this project. And Fritz Keil is looking at the checklist and says, well, there is one point missing, and this point is we need a script. Somebody has to make a script for this project when they want to produce an image video. So he extends the points for the checklist, and what he also finds in this structure is a knowledge space where he can write a question or an article, or he can ask a question, he can suggest an idea, or he can write an article. And he suggested the idea that they have to make some drone shots of the office building for the beginning of the image video, and others can vote for the idea, and the more votes he gets, then they can say, well, yes, let's do it. Let's make a drone shot in the beginning of our video. And one guy has commented on this and says, great idea. So they can share their opinions, they can ask questions, they can write articles, or they can suggest an idea. So this is the way how they collaborate with each other. They have a structure where they can store the documents, where they can store the files, and they can work on a checklist. They can write some information into it. So when in the last meeting, let's say in the last meeting, Fritz Keil talked to Verona Funk and said, well, I created the structure. What we need in this structure is a template for the script. And Verona Funk, she is working with the ILO desktop client, which is the one which sticks on the side of the desktop. And with the desktop client, she can access the same structure as well. So she finds the project structure here, 2020, and here's the Contigo Corp image video. But she can access the knowledge space as well. Just by clicking on preview, then she gets, oh, too long. Then she gets the knowledge space where she can see the idea from Fritz Keil, drone shots of the office building, and then she says, well, that's a good idea, and she can comment on it as well. Great idea, let's do it. And instantly Fritz Keil gets a notification that Verona Funk has commented on his idea, and that she has voted that the idea is a good idea. And when they say, well, okay, let's do it, they can say, they can change the state of the idea, they can say it's accepted, but this should Fritz Keil do because it's his idea. She can ask some questions as well in the knowledge space, or write some articles or share some ideas, because this is for everyone. And as I said before, Fritz Keil said to Verona Funk, well, could you please store the template for the script into a project structure? And she says, yes. Luckily, I have a template for a script here, which has to be filled out. But this is not my job. My job is that I want to give it a title, Image Video Contiilo Corporation. And with my desktop client, I am able to store it to Elo directly. So the desktop client knows that I have opened my Word, that there's a document opened in my Word, and now I can store it to Elo. No, I can't. Oh. It is stored in Elo right away. So the Elo desktop client knows that the document is stored there, and now I only have to save it and close it, and then I have the right version in my Elo, in my project structure. So this is working with my desktop client. I can work with my Office applications, but I can use the business solutions as well. And with the new desktop client plus, I can participate on workflows as well. So she works with the desktop client because she works mainly with her Microsoft Office environment, and she can save documents in Elo, and the desktop client knows when the document is saved already and says, I found it, as it did now. And the third one in the project is David Lee. David Lee is the external partner. He doesn't work for the Contiilo Corporation. He's working for the Acme Video Production Company. And for him, it is not possible to use the same infrastructure as the other two. So normally, as we saw before, he has to send his documents via email, and they have to store it in their Elo since now, because now we have the possibility with the Elo team room that he gets an invitation on his email, and then he can log into his Elo team room, and he has to change the language to English. And then I can log in. And what we see here now is the new Elo team room client. So this is a, let's say, some sort of web client he uses, but it's very easy to operate, and it's intuitive and so on. So everybody knows what to do. Nobody needs a training for working with the team room client. And there he sees he has one team room in here, and there are two projects included in this team room. The one is the image video, and the other one is another video he has to make for the Contiilo Corporation, a new spot or a small spot. A small spot for the new products, but this is our project today. Oh, I was clicking too fast. And there we have the same structure as the others two have in the company. Just remember, he's an external partner, and he normally can't access this structure, but with the team room, we can grant him access. So what he sees is that there's a folder for a script, and he has prepared another script. Next question is, where's my script? Here it is. And he can upload this script to this folder so that the others can see that he has made a script for the image video just by drag and drop. Then he gets a question. What's the name of the document? So let's say script image video. It's one version, and so he saves it. And instantly the others see that he has uploaded a document to the Elo team room. I will show you later on. What he can do is, well, let's say this was the final version of the script. He can go to the checklist of the project and he can say, well, yes, I've uploaded my script, so I check this point on the checklist because this one I have done it. We have a contract as well. The documentation isn't ready and project number isn't my part. This has to do someone else. He also can access the knowledge space where he can see drone shot of the office building, and well, the answer was from him. Great idea. And well, no, he can't vote a second time. So 2 answered and 2 said it's a great idea. But he also can write articles, he can suggest ideas, or he can ask questions in the knowledge space as well. So this is the view of the team room client. David Lee works for an external company, but he can upload his documents to the company as well. He can, let's say, he can upload some graphics, some pictures from the site inspection he did last week. These were those 3, so that everybody has the same state of information. He was on site inspection and made some photos of the sites where he wants to film the image video, and the others too can see them as well. So when we go back to Fritz Keil and go to our project structure, which he created earlier on, then we can see the project checklist that David Lee has checked those 2 points. There's a contract and he created a script. And when I click on this, then I see that David Lee did it. Well, I made a project number and well, documentation isn't ready. And he also can access the script, which David Lee uploaded earlier on. This is the new version of this script, image video Contigo Corp by David Lee. And there he says office building, drone shot of the Contigo Corp office building, and so on. So they can exchange documents, information, and they can work together even if they are not in the same company. They can sit around the world. One sits in, let's say, Europe, the other one sits in Asia, and the third one sits in Australia or something. They can work together with Elo Team Room and with the Elo ECM suite. So what are the benefits of the Elo Team Room? As I said, they can sit in any location. They can sit when they sit in the, or when they work in the same company, then they can use the collaboration tools which come with Elo, like the document feed, like the checklists, like the workflow. They can use it, but the Elo Team Room members can use some of the collaboration tools as well, except the Elo workflow. This they can't participate on a workflow, but it's not necessary for sometimes that they have to participate in them. So they can use the document feed as well. They can use the checklists as we saw. They can even use some business solutions like Business Solution Knowledge, where we had the business, we had the knowledge space where they had the idea with the drone shot and they voted for, yes, it's a good idea, and so on. So it doesn't matter where you sit, you can use functionality which comes with Elo. You can use the collaboration tools even with external partners, as I said now. So you can collaborate with each other and everybody has the same state of information. The team room gets synchronized in, yeah, you can define when it shall be synchronized, but in our case it was synchronized instantly. So when David Lee uploaded an image, then Fritz Keil and Verona Funk could see that he uploaded some things. And it's intuitive. As you saw, the Elo Team Room client, which is a web client, you don't have to install anything. No, you just get an URL and you can log in to your team room, and you just have to click on the team room. Then there are folders, then there are files. You can upload something only via drag and drop, and it's intuitive. I don't think that somebody needs a training for this sort of client. So if you are interested in using the Elo Team Room or the Elo ECM Suite, then you can find your Elo business partner on our business partner finder, where there are, I think, around 1,000 business partners worldwide. Just click on the country, just click on your country flag, and then you can find the business partner which is the nearest from you. So this was collaboration, improved collaboration in times of digital transformation, where we can work together with our collaboration tools, even if you're not in the same company, or even if you sit on the other side of the world. I thank you for your attention, and if there are any questions, then you can ask it now, or you can ask the business partners which you find in our partner finder. So no questions until now. I can't see if somebody is typing. Okay, when there are no questions, then I say thank you and see you next time.
Thank you, Edgar, for the interesting presentation. Here also the reference to our upcoming web seminars. These can you also be found under the displayed page. There you have the possibility to register up to 1 hour before the start of the web seminar. Thank you, Edgar. Thanks again to all attendees. I wish you all the best. See you soon.